Mr. Everett Mendiola III. Yeah, what your pastor and the church at large won't talk about. What the church at large and your pastor won't talk about. Well, today I can guarantee you they're one and the same, because they wouldn't dare talk about this. They wouldn't dare take self-inventory and ask themselves this question, because it's one that they would already have the answer to, and it would be, yes, we are. Can you hear me now? You better, because you're a narcissist yourself, and I've been there as well. Because of childhood trauma, because of woe is me, because I thought the world owed me everything, especially when it came to women, and they had better not lie. Just like my sister did, who molested me and said she'd marry me, and broke my heart in two when she had a boyfriend on her arm on the way home from school, and I could see her down the block as I peeked out the window waiting for her so we could do what we do when she got home, because nobody was ever there at that particular time. And so as the story goes, later on in my teenage life, I was absolutely apt to make it all about me. So I know what I'm talking about. And it was hell to get away from down through the years, even after being saved. Because after being saved, I thought so much more it should be about me, because now I've given my life to Yah like he owes me something. Do you see what I'm talking about? And you're going to tell me that the clergy and the church at large is going to answer this question? You've got to be out of your damn mind. They're not going to answer it. They know it's all about them. Be they male, be they female, it is all about the clergy. When has it ever been about the congregation? Only when it comes time for them to give. And give they do, because the congregation itself has been groomed to think about themselves. So sow a seed to meet your need. Sow a seed because you have no greed. Sow a seed and the Lord will be pleased. Can you hear me now? Revelate black to me, because I'm revelating spiritually black to you, and you know it. It's hard to talk like this, isn't it? But somebody's got to do it. And before I see my maker, my creator, the lover of my soul, I want to be sure that he doesn't say, I never knew you. But if you continue to be narcissistic, I guarantee you ain't gonna make it into heaven. No, because it cannot be about me, myself, and I. It is written that we should love the Lord our Yah with all our heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit and strength, and our neighbor as ourselves. Because by doing these two, we have fulfilled the law. And I'll guarantee you that from Genesis to Revelation and all the lost books of the Bible, if we agape love in this manner, we have fulfilled the law. We have, from Genesis to Revelation, fulfilled the law. And the Lord said, because as such hang all the law of the prophets, and that is to Genesis to Revelation. Do you hear what I'm saying? You better, because you just might get left behind if you're a narcissist and all you're thinking about is me, myself, and I, and what the world owes you because of a traumatic situation as myself, or a very difficult upbringing, whatever it was, your parents, your environment, your brother, your sister, your grandma, your grandpa, your uncle and auntie, it doesn't make a difference whether you found yourself on dope, whether you found yourself out of your damn mind because you hated so much the former life that you lived that was abusive, that you created a life all your own, and it was all about narcissism, and you did achieve great things. You reached great heights, and when it came that you were at the pinnacle, at the top of the mountain, and you stepped on every soul you could, you robbed, you maimed, you put the eyes out of some so they couldn't see what you were doing. You ended others' lives, and you slept around and piled monies upon monies upon monies to get to where you are. And I guarantee you, as you started out at the beginning full of dope and full of drink and full of perversion, there you find yourself once again to wash away all of the bad memories of what it took to get to where you are. Yeah, I wrote a poem once about this very thing, and if I can remember the end of the poem, when the person's at the top, he says, I look backward and forward too. No glory do I feel. Believe me, this is true. Am I not my best, or is this what they mean by vain success? Whoa, WikiLeaks, you know I said something right there. I'm not making fun of narcissism. I'm not making fun of narcissists. I'm not even making fun of you if you're about me, myself, and I. But think about all that you have lost. Think about all that you were losing. Think about all that you will lose in the future. And for what? To gain what? And when you have it all, like that vain success person, will you blow your brains out? Will you drown yourself in liquor? Will you take so much dope that you will overdose and end it? And I'll ask the question, then what did you work so hard for, killing everything around you to get where you are now? Or, sorry, where you were, because now you dead. And it's going to read on your tombstone, unfulfilled life. The life of the narcissist is one that is not fulfilling. It is one that is very much so unfulfilled because he has left off caring. He has left off agape loving. You can be a secular person and love. You can be a spiritual person and not know how to agape love. I've seen more secular people carry a form of agape love more than spiritual people. You ever notice that? You ask a spiritual person for something, they are sus, right? They're suspect. You ask a secular person for something, they just about give you the shirt off their back. Why is that? Huh? Because we are narcissists. We are about y'all doing only for us and ours and no room for nobody else. I'll say a prayer and amen. That's all I can offer them. Lo and behold, that we would ever think to agape love, to step out and help a brother and help a sister. My goodness, if we ever even pulled $1 out of our wallet for the wino at the corner with the I'm hungry, will you give, God bless you sign, it's a wonder, because when we hand over the change, when we hand over the dollar, they just about got to tear it out of our hands. And the change, we don't open up our fist wide enough so they can take it. We're praying that they'll leave a quarter or two, because we are absolute narcissistic devils. It's got to be about us come hell or high water. And you know who taught us that way? Our father Satan, that old serpent, the devil. Oh yes, he is your father, Mr. Narcissist. Yes, he is your father, Miss Narcissist, because if he wouldn't, you wouldn't want to be one. He is the greatest example of a narcissist, as he wanted to be Yah in heaven. Did you forget? And that's always been his goal, to persuade you to do the same, Mr. Narcissist, Miss Narcissist, to be your own God. Come on, read the memoirs of your Uncle Aleister Crowley, who was all about do as who, do as who, do as who, do as thou wilt. Why? Because you're your own Yah. And the congregation to the clergy, the whole lot of them, the church at large, would tell you right about this time, we might as well go ahead and be narcissists, because this spiritual thing has done spun itself out, because who's really living it anyway? So why don't we all just go to hell and be grateful that there's a place to go to? But I'm going to tell you what, for those who have just that little tiny mustard seed of faith, come on now, you know better. Reach a hand out unto the Lord, and he'll pull you out of the darkest recesses of narcissism. Yeah, he will. He'll hear your cry. If your cry is true, secular person, spiritual person who's backslidden in narcissism, come home. We need you. Secular person, sign up to the army of Yah, because we need you too. And let us not forget to ever be narcissistic. We can help this world one person at a time if we take our eyes off ourselves and put it on another person. Like Paul said, to esteem another greater than ourselves. Because in the last days, it is written that men and women would be lovers of self, just as the narcissistic theme song started with that very chorus. Think about this today. Leave your narcissism behind.